योऽन्तः प्रविश्य वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चाभिवृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तो माङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म औपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यमुपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Let us read the verses. यश्चित्तेन्द्रियमारुतेर्नकरः नेत्रस्य नेत्रं च तं श्रोत्रश्रोत्रमिमं हृदोऽपि हृदयं वाचश्च वाचं परम् प्राणप्राणमिहाधिगत्य कुशलाः आत्मानमस्सैषणाः त्यक्त्वेमां तमाप्नुवन्ति परमं विष्णोः पदं शाश्वतम्। चक्षुर्नाञ्छति यत्र वागपि मनः ज्ञाताद्यदन्यत्तथा ज्ञाताद्यन्न गिरोदितं समुदिता वाणी च येन स्वयं बुद्ध्या यन्नमतं च येन तु मता बुद्धिश्रवश्चक्षुषी यज्जानाति न यद्यतो नितिमरुत् तद्ब्रह्मणोपासितम्। वेदाहं बृहदित्यवैति मनसा यो वेददभ्रं स तत् नो वेदास्मि न वेदनेति मनुते यो वेद सम्यक् स तत्। विज्ञातं त्वभिजानतां बृहदविज्ञातं पुनर्जानताम् ज्ञातं मे प्रतिबोध मे तदिति तत् मत्वामृतं विन्दते। जानात्येतदिह सदा ब्रह्मात्मना सर्वतः नो जानाति तु यो विनाशमयते भूयां समज्ञः सनाम्। ज्ञात्वैवं कुशला विचिन्त्य परमं भूतेषु भूतेषु तत् ब्रह्मास्म्येकमिति प्रपद्य परिहायाङ्गं भजन्ते मृतम्। यस्यानुग्रहतो विजिज्ञिरसुरान् इन्द्रादयो देवताः शक्नोति स्म तृणं न दध्युमनलः क्षेप्तुं च नैवानिलः। यस्यानुग्रहवर्जनादधिगतं देवैरुमाभाषिताद् यक्षाः कारधरं च यद्वसति तत् विद्योतनं विद्युताम्। विद्युद्वच्चनिमेषवद्रुततरं यद्भासते व्यज्यते संकल्पस्मरणादिवृत्ति निचयैः स्वान्तस्य शान्ताशयाः तद्ध्यायन्ति वनं जनैरिति सदा संसेवनीयं तु ये प्रत्यग्भूतमूं समानि विबुधान् भूतानि वाञ्छन्ति तान्. So we were discussing the meaning of this 12th verse. So this I told you has to do with the episode of Indra approaching that huge flash of light, which is Brahman, so which tried to dispel the kind of arrogance that the Devas had over the victim. So that is the episode which is being discussed. So that is where it starts with Vidyudvacha Nimesha Badrutataram, etc. So we saw the meaning of the first half of the verse, and the second half is what we will quickly run through now. Tadhyayanti vanam janairiti sada samsevaniyantu ye pratyakbhuta mamun samani vibudhan bhutani vanchanti tan. So this is what it says. Bhutani tan vanchanti. It's a simple sentence. Bhutani tan vanchanti. So Bhutani vanchanti means all the bhutas. So and this Bhutani is actually qualified by another word here, samani. The word sama can mean equal, sama can also mean all. Okay? So samani bhutani vanchanti means sarvani bhutani vanchanti. That is how we need to understand. And this has to do with the mantra that we have in the Veda itself, in the Kenopanishad. So that is the sixth mantra, Tadha Tadvanan Nama Tadvanamityupasitavyam Saya Etadevam Veda Abhihainam Sarvani Bhutani Samvanchanti. This is how the mantra goes. Abhihayenam Sarvani Bhutani Samvanchanti. So this person who is contemplating on this, who has developed the vision to see Brahman everywhere. Okay? Brahman everywhere. So this person reaches a certain state in which he commands respect from every being. So all beings on their own come and give respect to this person. So this is like, you can see hundreds of such saints in India. So Ramana, Kanchi, Maha, and so on and so forth, in Shringeri, various acharyas. Bhutani Sarvani Vanchanti. This is the simple meaning that we can have for this. So here, this person is described by the third quarter of this verse. Dhyayanti vanam janairiti sada samsevaniyantu ye. Ye dhyayanti. Ye tat dhyayanti. So those people who keep contemplating on this principle. What is the principle? That it is the same Atma which is there everywhere. And here a specific word has been used, vanam. Vanam means sambhajaniyam. Vana sambhajane. That is how the dhatu goes. So sambhajaniyam, sarvaihi sambhajaniyam. If you look at the commentary here, Ramaraja in his own commentary he says, Shantashayaha. Shantashayaha is the word that appears at the end of the second quadrant. Shantashayaha means those whose mind has completely calmed down. So Shantaha Ashayaha Yeshante. Shantashayaha. So those who do not crave for. So Sthita Prajnaha. So Shantashayaha Ye. So those who are Shantashayaha Janaihi sada samyak sevaniyam pratyakbhutam tat vanam. So sarvaihi sevaniyam means, so sevaniyam means one has to understand it to be protected. So this Atma which is to be protected from getting into all kinds of things. So the self has to be saved. Okay. So served means saved. That is how we have to understand. Okay. I am Atma sarvebhyah. So those things which may distract us from the purpose of this life, from that we have to save. So sarvaihi janaihi. When should it be saved? All the time. So as we will see in the next verse, that will be much more clarified. Okay. So ye janaihi sada samyak sevaniyam pratyakbhutam. So this is not some entity which is elsewhere. Pratyakbhutam tattva. Okay. So the innermost of this person. Sevaniyam pratyakbhutam tat vanamiti dhyayanti. So there are various kinds of upasanas that people prescribed in the Upanishads. So Brahmetyupasita, Etadityupasita, Tadityupasita. So this upasana should be done as Vanam. Vanam means Sambhajaniya. As an entity which is to be always protected, you have to think of this Atman. Okay. So Sambhajaniyam iti ye dhyayanti tan. Okay. So tan. So those people. Okay. So tan amun vibudhan. So these are the people who are described as vibudhaha. Okay. They are wise people. Tan vibudhan sarvani bhutani samvanchanti. Here, this is an interesting phrase which has been introduced by Ramaraya, and it is something which has added some value to this. He says, if you look at the commentary, 4th line, he says, Abhishtani Sheshaha. What is Abhishta? Sarva Abhishta Siddhirastu is what people say. Sarvarishta Shantirastu, Sarva Abhishta Siddhirastu. These are some phrases which the Vaidikas will say in various kriyas. Sarva Abhishta Siddhirastu means, so whatever you feel like achieving in life, okay, so may all come to you. Okay, Sarva Abhishta Siddhihi Astu. And Sarva Arishta Shantihi Astu. This also they will say. So whatever you feel like avoiding, may those events not come to you and bother you. Okay, so both of them will be said. Now here Ramaraja introduces this phrase Abhishtani ti Sheshaha. Sheshaha means the sentence on its own seems to be complete. Sarvani bhutani samvanchanti, over. Okay. So Abhishtani, if you say, Abhishta means something which is desired by you. Abhi ish kta pratyaya is there. This is how the word Abhishta comes. Okay. Karmani kta pratyaya. So Abhitaha ishtam means something which is liked by everybody. Suppose you want to have a mosquito-free environment. Who does not wish? So, okay, when we went there, those fellows created a net for us. So the Sarva Abhishta. So Abhishta is, okay, so something which is desired. So Sarva Abhishta. So Abhishtani Sarvani Bhutani Vanchanti. This seems to be somewhat redundant. So now what one has to understand here is, I'll just draw your attention to the commentary of Bhagavad Pada for a moment. What made Ramaraya introduce this Abhishtani? Okay, so this is a very interesting thing. If you look at Bhagavad Pada's commentary, so here he says towards the end, having explained all that, Vanam and so on, Saha yah kaschit purushaha. Yah kaschit refers to that person. Brahmajnana viveka nirmaladhiyaha. Okay, as Bhartrahari will describe. Brahmajnana viveka nirmaladhiyaha. So those people, yah kaschit etat yathoktam brahma. Okay, as described, as we saw in the Upanishad, Veda does not mean merely know, he says upasate. So because this mantra says in a specific way, abhihayenam, okay, upasakam, this person who does the upasana, okay. Everybody was thronging to Ravana. Why? Because his mind was dwelling. Abhihayenam sarvani bhutani. So then Acharya says samvanchanti. The explanation that is given here is haprarthayante. Samvanchanti. Ha is there in the mantra. Okay. Abhihayenam sarvani bhutani. Samvanchanti he is explaining as prarthayante. Now, prarthayante means something is being sought for. So, prarthayante means something is being sought for. This is the meaning that has been given by Acharya, keeping in mind some other mantra. I will let you know that mantra from the Mundaka. So, abhihayenam sarvani. So, idanim, so when you say prarthayante, so prarthana is request. It is same as yachanam. When you say yachanam, so yachate, so there should be a karma now. So vancha is not, it's not a shabda. So here which is dvikarmaka. But here this is vanchati. So now there is an interesting sutra which is in Panini. It is a simple sutra. I will draw that attention. In fact, it is a sutra akathitancha. Simple. Repeat. Akathitancha. This is all the sutra is. So what is the meaning of this sutra? So the sutra says akathitancha karakam tat karma samyam bhavati. Kena akatitham apadanadibhi. Okay. Apadanadibhi. You would expect fifth case, but they can take second case also. So there are a few dhatus which have been listed. 12 plus 4, 16 dhatus are listed in a shloka. Okay. So I will just read quickly. Druh, Yaj, Pachdand, Rudhi, Prachi, and so on and so forth. It is listed. Karma yuksyad katitham tathasyam nihri krishvaham. This is a sutra. Sutra, and in explanation we find this karika. So here you see the second one is Druh Yach. Yach is the second one. The example that is provided is also interesting. See. So for this, the example that they give is for Druh Gam Dogdhi Payaha. Over. Gam Dogdhi. Kim Dogdhi? Payaha Dogdhi. Right? Gam Dogdhi Payaha. So it is basically milking from the cow. Now, Balim Yachate Vasudham. Balim Yachate. Kim Yachate? Vasudham Yachate. So there is a Vikarmaka. Yachate. Balim Yachate. Kim Yachate? Vasudham Yachate. And most important thing, so perhaps the Siddhanta Kaumudi he says, the example that he gives is Avinitam Vinayam Yachate. So this is an interesting example. Avinitam Vinayam Yachate means, so the fellow who is not humble, Okay, is being said. Why don't you be humble? Avinihitam vinayam yachate. Begging. See, begging vinaya. So otherwise the company will run in loss. Customer service. Avinihitam vinayam yachate. At least to pretend. Anyway, so this, now let me come here. So here, this vanchanti has been, because Bhagavad Pada has said, prarthayante. Prarthayante means yachante essentially. And therefore you can have a dvitiya. Kim yachante? Abhishtani yachante. Understand? So abhishtani vastuni vanchanti means yachante. So kam yachante tat. You understand? Those people. So therefore, tan amun vibudhan. Now you understand the sentence? So those people who have been focusing their mind on the Brahman, those upasakas are being sought after by, okay, for various things. Abhishtani. Like Balim yachate vasudham. Okay? So similarly here, sarvani bhutani. Okay? So all people yachante. Okay? What do they seek for? Abhishtani yachante. Okay? So tan amun. This is like Balim. Like Vasudham abhishtani. Understand? So sarvani bhutani abhishtani yachante. So kam yachante, kan yachante, vibudhan yachante. Okay? So this is how it goes. So tan vibudhan samani sarvani bhutani vanchanti abhishtani visheshaha. Okay? So then he says yadva. He gives another interesting interpretation. The other interpretation is bhutani praninaha samani sarvani vanchitani vibhavaha. Now he just uses this sarvani not as an adjective to, okay, bhutani. Earlier sarvani bhutani, all people throng towards him. Okay? Now he is using this word as an adjective to abhishtani. Sarvani vanchitani. Abhishtani is essentially vanchitani. Okay? So this that which is desired. So bhutani praninaha. Okay, that is in prathama. Now sarvani vanchitani. This is in dvitiya. Okay? So first he used sarvani as prathama. Now he is using sarvani as adjective to abhishtani, which is dvitiya, karma. Okay? So sarvani vanchanti iti bhavaha. So he explains now, you see, vanchanti yachante. Understand? So since there is an interpretation, prarthayante in the Bhagavad Pada's commentary, he uses the word vanchanti is same as yachante. Okay? Brahmavidaha. Now comes an interesting phrase in the last sentence. He says, Brahmavidaha ashritabhishta puranachan. So there is a typo here. See, in the fourth line, it should not be abhishtani, it should be abhishtani. Okay? So that has to be corrected. Now in the last line of the commentary, if you see, Brahmavidaha ashrita bhishta purana chanattvaditi bhavaha. This is a very interesting phrase. So I was thinking that it should be charanatvat. Then I thought that it could be some special usage. So that was discovered. So now I'll tell you, this chana is a very interesting suffix. Chana and chanchu. Chunchu. Not chanchu. Chunchu. See, chana and chunchu are two suffixes. Panini has made one sutra, okay, especially to explain this. I will tell the sutra, you repeat that. Tena vittas chunchu chanau. Tena vittaha chunchu chanau. Tena vittas chunchu chanau. Okay. Tena vittaha chunchup chanau. So chunchup is one pratyaya, chanap is another pratyaya. The pa will get lost immediately. Okay. Tena vittaha is a usage. Vittaha actually means known. Okay. Vittaha means known. So from the vidhatu, known means well known, quite famous. That is the meaning that one has to understand. Okay? So, tena vittaha chunchup chanau is a sutra. So, if one is extremely well known because of something which he possesses extraordinarily, then you can tag the suffix to that. Understand? So, the suffix chunchup or chana can be tagged to that noun. For example, if someone is well known for his knowledge, so the person is very famous for his knowledge. Suppose you want to describe him, so then you will say vidya chunchuhu, vidya chanaha. So someone is known for his generosity, then you will say dana chunchuhu, dana chanaha. Okay. So tomorrow aradhana can be described as gana chunchu. Okay, anyway, so this chunchu, this Mani Iyer, Yesudas are all gana chunchu, gana chana, you can say. Okay, now what is the phrase that he is using here? He says Ashrita bhishta purana chanaha. Understand? Ashrita bhishta purana chanaha means the one who is known for fulfilling whatever is desired by people. Okay? Ashrita abhishta puranena chanaha. Tritiya. Vidyaya chanaha, danena chanaha. Similarly, ashrita bhishta puranena pratitaha. Vittaha actually means pratitaha, nyataha. Nyataha means well known, that's what we say, no? So well known means so famous for that. Okay? So vittaha. So vittam, when it is used in Napumsaka, it means wealth. So here it is a pullinga, vittaha. Tena vittaha. Okay. So vittaha chunchup chanau. So this is the sutra. Now he is using ashrita bhishta purana chanatvat iti bhavaha. What does this mean? So these people, though the plane in which they may be dwelling, okay, all these realized people, the plane in which they may be dwelling may be very high. They may not want anything for themselves. But when people come to them with great devotion and with a request that may this desire of me be fulfilled, etc., they will always try to fulfill. No, you should just tell, why are you seeking for all this? This is all nonsense. You cannot say. Okay? So that is what he means. Ashrita abhishta purana chanatva. means, so whatever is there seeking, so if you can pray for this, just pray for this, then let him be relieved. So that is the idea. Ashritabhishta purana chanatvat iti bhavaha. In fact, we have in Mundaka, yam yam lokam manasasam vibhati vishuddha sattva kamayate yamscha kaman tam tam lokam jayate tamscha kaman tasmat atmajñam hyarchayet bhuti kamaha. Atmajñam bhuti kamaha archayet means, so you have to venerate, so people who have this precious knowledge, so those who have transcended themselves from the worldly things and are able to contemplate on higher things, so you have to go and respect, venerate. So this is what is being hinted here. Okay, that is why vanchanti has been put as prarthayante, and therefore yachante, and therefore he supplies abhishtani. Okay, so this should be the basis for this. So otherwise, vancha as it is, that dhatu, okay, it is sort of related. Okay, vancha, so if it goes, I mean, you ultimately go and do yachana to get it fulfilled. Okay, so otherwise, if it is not fulfilled, that is why avinitam vinayam yachati. See, this sometimes happens. See, my father, so some students will get angry. Hey, that fellow did not have respect to even inform that he did. So my mother will tell, okay, call that fellow and then say, hey, so why are you doing like that? Should you not tell? So etc. Avinitam vinayam yachati. So then his anger may come down. Okay. So this is how avinitam vinayam yachati. Anyway, so that is what this verse is. Now we move on to the last verse. Okay. Swadhyayascha shamodamashchitapaha. Swadhyayascha shamodamashchitapaha. Swadhyayascha shamodamashchitapaha. Karmani satyam gurau. Karma api satyam gurau. Karma api satyam gurau. Karma api satyam gurau. Deve bhakti ramanika cha. Deve bhakti ramanika cha. Deve bhakti ramanika cha. Rijuta himsa kshama hrirdhritihi. Rijuta himsa kshama hrirdhritihi. Rijuta himsa kshama hrirdhritihi. Yasyetani tu sadhanani purushaha. Yasyetani tu sadhanani purushaha. Yasyetani tu sadhanani purushaha. Sakshina papo yate. Sakshina papo yate. Sakshina papo yate. Vidyaham vedacha. Vidyam vedacha. Vidyam vedacha. Yastvimam sukhamaye. Yastvimam sukhamaye. Yastvimam sukhamaye. Brahmanyayam tishtati. Brahmanyayam tishtati. Brahmanyayam tishtati. So this verse, last verse, basically paraphrases the last three mantras, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, 7, 8 and 9, with which the fourth khanda of the Kenopanishad ends. So the fourth khanda ends with a sort of Phalashruti. So that is why you find in the last quarter of this verse, Sukhamaye Brahmanyayam Tishtati. Okay? So this person, Sukhamaye Brahmani, means always he dwells in happiness. Okay? So Brahman in the form of Brahman as an embodiment of bliss. Okay? Sukhamaya means Anandamaya. So Sukhamaye Brahmani. Okay? It is an embodiment of happiness, not the Vishaya Janita Sukha, so which is transient. So Sukhamaye Brahmanyayam Tishtati. Who? Vidyam Veda. So the one who understands this Brahma Vidya. Yaha Atma Vidyam Veda. So one who understands this Veda. And for this to happen, he says, Kshina Papo Yate. So without the Papa getting eradicated. So Papa basically refers to something which can distract you from achieving higher purposes in life. So this Papa refers to the bad deeds that you have performed and the kind of effect that it has in shaping you now. So you have to break. So there may be a certain chodana by that, but your will you have to arrest it. So and drive it back. So now yaha kshina papaha. How does this happen? How does this happen? So by imbibing certain virtues. Okay, so that is what he is listing in the first half of the verse. The first half of the verse, Yasyaitani tu sadhanani. These are mentioned as sadhanas. So sadhana refers to something by which you are able to achieve what you want to achieve. So what you want to achieve is sadhya. The means that you use to achieve is sadhana. So if you want to cut an apple, so dvaihi bhavaha, okay, or making it into khandas is sadhya. And the tool, knife that you use is sadhana. Okay. So here he is listing a few sadhanas. So these sadhanas, if one possesses, then the sadhya, sukhamaye tishtati. So dwelling in happiness all the time is the sadhya. So for that to happen, we need these sadhanas. And where are these sadhanas? So they are being listed. Okay. So sadhanas are listed here, a variety of them are listed. They are all basically qualities. So qualities that have to be imbibed by us for this knowledge to dawn. And the knowledge dawning happens when Papa Kshaya happens. So this Papa is essentially the Pratibandhaka. Okay. So Papa Kshaye. So is a phrase that is being used. Okay. So this will drive them. Now we have to understand, it is like, if you want to give the current example, so it is like the immunity which will drive the other fellow away. Understand? Fight. So there is a fight which is tussle happening between Daivasura Sampat. Now he is saying, Swadhyayascha Shamo Damaha Shuchitapaha Karmapi Satyam Gurau Deve Bhakti Amanita Rijuta Ahimsa Kshama Pridhriti. seems some 14 things have been listed. Okay. These 14 things have to be acquired by us. Once we imbibe them, then the result is just available for you. Okay. You need not do anything more. Okay. So Pushkala sadhana is essential, and Pushkala sadhana bhavaha will not lead you to sadhya. Okay. Pushkala means insufficient, abundant measure, the required measure. Now here it starts with Swadhyayascha Samodamashuchitapaha. So each and every term is explained here. Before we move on to this commentary given by Ramaraya, I will just read those mantras for you which are there in the Upanishad. In the Upanishad, after this 6th mantra, it interestingly starts with a question from the Shishya. 7th mantra, it starts with Upanishadam ho bruhiti. So this fellow, having listened, okay, all this, and having once again said, I have understood. Avijñātam vijñānatam, vijñātam avijñānatam. So all that happened. Okay. And this fellow also said, okay, so I know. Nahamanyesu vedeti, nona vedeti vedacha. So he said all that. Now once again, himself saying, Upanishadam ho bruhi. This looks hard, right? So please tell me the Upanishad. Upanishadam ho bruhiti. So this is the question. Acharya says, Uttate Upanishad. Oh my dear, it has been said. Brahmhim bhavata Upanishadam abrumeti. Then the next mantra goes, Tassi tapodamah karmeti pratishtha Vedas sarvangani satyamayatanam. Then the last mantra says, Yova etamevam veda. Okay. So etam Upanishadam evam veda. Once you understand, Yova etamevam veda apahatya papmanam. So that is why Ramaraya is using Kshina papa. Apahatya papmanam anante swarge loke jyeye pratitishthati pratitishthati. This is how Upanishad concludes. Anante swarge loke jyeye pratitishthati. So as I was mentioning to you in one of the earlier classes, the word swarga, swaha, essentially means abundant happiness. Yenna dukkhena sambhinnam nachagrastam anantaram abhilashopanitancha tat sukham swapadaaspadam. So in the Upanishad we have swarge loke. So Ramaraya has put it as sukhamaye brahmani. Okay. We need to understand. Tat sukham swapadaaspadam. Okay. So that happiness is what is referred to by that. Okay. So this happiness and the kind of afflictions are generally referred to by heaven and hell. Okay? So these are metaphors which we use. Now you see here, he is listing a few things. So in the mantra, it starts with Upanishadam ho bruhi. I'll offer a very quick explanation, which is being brought in by Shankara to connect this. Okay? That is a very interesting connection that Acharya brings in here. So here I will read the commentary. It is very simple. There is nothing which is very profound, but very thoughtfully done. See here he says, Eva manushishtaha shishyaha. Now I take you to the Bhagavad Pada's commentary for mantra 7. Eva manushishta shishyaha acharyam uvacha. The Shishya told Acharya, what did he say? Upanishadam. Upanishadam means rahasyam. Okay. Yet chintyam bho bhagavan bruhi. So may you explain that. Eva muktavati shishye aha acharyaha Ukta. I have already said Abhihita Te Tava Upanishad. Whatever that has to be said and contemplated by you has been stated by me, and you have contemplated and you have come back to me also. Tate Upanishad Ka Punaha Sa. What is it? Brahmim Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha Iyam Brahmi Tam Paramatma Vishayatvat Atita Vijnanasya. So he just explains. So that Paramatma Vidya has been explained and you have also understood. Now, Paramatma Vishayam Upanishadam Shrutavataha. So the one you have heard. Upanishadam bho bruhiti prichataha sishyasya ko bhiprayaha. Okay, having heard, so now we have to think, what is the abhipraya in the mind of the Sishya? Iti prichataha sishyasya ko bhiprayaha. Okay, so here he says, Yadi tavat shrutasya arthasya prashnaha kritaha. Okay, if the same thing is being asked, prashnah kritaha, tataha pishtapeshanam. Pishtapeshanam means, it's an interesting usage. Tamil prasanjamave pesepam, arachamave arikram. That is what it is. That is what is called pishtapeshanam. Okay, tarihi already ground. I am saying this. Okay, pishtapeshanam, pishtapeshanavat. Punaruttata anarthakah prashna syat atha. Okay, or else. So it is not the same thing, something else is being asked. Atha savasheshoktehe upanishad syat tatastasyaha phalavachanena upasamharo na yuktaha. Suppose something were remaining. Okay, so acharyas, see, so these argument that he makes is very interesting. If he were to ask the same question, then it is a pishtapeshana. If you were to ask something else which is not stated, which is remaining, then Acharya says, Phalashruti which was already given, in the third itself, you find the Phalashruti which is already stated. Okay? So that Phalashruti not in the third, second itself. The second towards the Yacheda Vedi Tatha Satyamasti Nachediha Vedi Mahati Vinashtihi Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vijitya Dhiraf Pretyasmal Lokad Amrita Bhavanti. So then from the third you have an interesting episode. By the end of the second Khanda itself, the Phalashruti was given. So without completing one cannot give Phalashruti. So therefore he is saying, see, Atha Shavasheshokto Upanishad Syat Tatastasyaha Phalavachanena Upasamharaha Nayuktaha Pretyasmal Lokad Amrita Bhavanti Iti Tasmat Uktopanishadchesha Vishayopi Prashnaha Anupapanna Eva. Both ways it seems to be inappropriate. So having said that, he says, Kastarihi Abhiprayaha. Then what is actually meant? Prashturiti Uchyate. I will explain. Kim Purvokta Upanishad Cheshataya Tat Sahakari Sadhanantara Peksha Atha Nirapekshayeva. So this Upanishad, as it is this jnana, so something which is tagged with that. So that knowledge which is going to relieve you from samsara, what is required for gaining that knowledge, so that is what is intended by this question. Okay. What will give me this jnana? So here he is saying, see, Tat sahakari sadhanantarapeksha uda nirapekshaiva. Okay. Nirapeksha means this jnana will suddenly come like any other jnana, or something else is required for gaining this jnana. Okay. Sahakari sadhanam means something something else which will help in gaining this. Sahakari sadhanantarapeksha asa nirapekshaiva sapeksha chet. So if it is sapeksha, please tell me. If it is nirapeksha, so he gives another interesting example. So here he says, see, sapeksha chet apekshita vishayam upanishadam bhrūhi atha nirapeksha chet avadharaya pippaladavat. So pippalada, in that Prashnopanishad, we have this episode. Ataf nataf paramasti. So towards the end of Prashnopanishad, he will say, nataf paramasti tyevam viprayaha. There is nothing more to say. And just ask, you just say, no, nothing more. Okay? You firmly say, nataf paramasti tyevam viprayaha. Etat upapannam acharyasya avadharana vachanam uttate upanishat. This is how it actually goes. Okay? So Bhagavad Pada provides an interesting introduction to redundancy of this question, and then he says, so this is what actually is meant by. Okay? Upanishad. So the secret for gaining this knowledge can also be referred to as Upanishad. So that is what is the point. Okay, so gaining which you gain this. So that is what is meant by the term Upanishad. Okay, so Sahakari Sadhanam. Now, what are the Sahakari Sadhanam? Swadhyayaha. Now, let us see the commentary of Ramaraya. Yasya Swadhyayaha. Swadhyayaha means the knowledge that is imbibed in the Veda. So getting that knowledge. Okay. Arthavabodha purvakam. So that is what is very important here. Okay. Arthavabodha purvakam. Okay. Gaining that with appropriate meaning. Then shamaha. Shamaha means antarindriya nigraha. Okay. So having control over the mind. Damaha. Mahindriya nigraha. You cannot let all the senses move as they like. Okay, so that is also required. Then Shuchi. Shuddham swasya parasya va apidakam ittetat. In fact, there is a problem here in the edition. That comma should not be here after etat. We should remove that and put it after tapaha. Okay. So Shuchi tapaha. Okay. Shuchi is basically an adjective. Okay. So purity, suppose you say. So what is actually Shuchi here? So he is explaining, that is why in the commentary. See, Damaha, Shamaha, that takes care of Indriya, Manas being pure, etc. etc. So therefore, Shuchitapaha, when you say, what is Shuchitapaha? Shuchitapaha means swasya parasya va apidakaram ittetat. Okay. So even if you want to do, so you have to understand this. Suppose you want to do some anusthana. Okay. Suppose you want to sit in meditation or anashanam, upavasa, whatever you can think of as tapaha. So if you keep on yelling at the other fellow and then sit for this, then that is a pidakaram tapaha. You cannot do that. In fact, I remember the first thing my father used to say repeatedly when he meets this Paramacharya, he used to meet him often. Krishnamurti, Saptayo. So is the first thing that he will ask. He may not eat for 2-3 days, but he cannot expect the other fellow to do that. So when my father goes, my father says, the first thing that he will ask me is because he likes eating. So if he has not eaten, he will tell the Shishya, hey, Krishnamurti modalla eaten saapadu. So the reason I am saying is, because you are doing the tapaha, you cannot expect the other fellow. So that will be pidakaram. So that is what he means by Shuchi. Swasya parasya va apidakaram. Okay? So that tapaha, whatever you do, even that, okay, you should see that. So others are not hurt. Tapaha, karma. For karma, he says, vihitam karma. Okay, it is not any karma. So you have to engage in karma. So all that is required. So karma, vihitam, then satyam yathartha bhashitvam. Satyam, this is very simple. Then bhakti, where? Gurau devecha. Both are required. Gurau bhakti, devecha bhakti. That is why we have this Upanishad. Yasya deve para bhakti, yatha deve tatha gurau, tasyite kathitah yarthaah, prakashante mahatmanaha. Shvetashvata. Yasya deve para bhakti, yatha deve tatha gurau. Both are required. Okay? That is why he is saying Gurau devecha bhakti. Bhakti essentially means aparimita priti, prema. Amanita. Amanita means manitva bhava. Okay? So that I am so and so. Okay? That should not be there. Rijuta akautilyam, straightforward. So having something in mind, saying something. Okay? So this is not rijuta. Akautilyam. Ahimsa. What is ahimsa? Bhuta adroha chintanam. There are various ways, various explanations you can get. Okay. Bhuta adroha chintanam. Okay. So at the thought level, not at the physical level. That is why he is bringing in this Bhuta adroha chintanam. Okay. Then kshama. Kshama, shitoshnadi dvandva sahishnutvam. So this is one kind of kshama. So the shita ushna is just an example. Okay. So stuti ninda, all the thing has to be included in this. So essentially keeping a certain attitude by which anything that falls can be simply absorbed. Okay. Kshama guno hyashaktanam shaktanam bhushanam kshama. Ekaha kshamaavatam doshaha dvitiyo nopapadyate yadenam kshamaya yuktam ashaktam manyate janaha. That fellow may say, soshya dosho namantavyaha. Okay. So just because you keep quiet, somebody may say he does not know how to answer. So somebody may try to provoke you. So then also you have to keep quiet. Soshya dosho namantavyaha. So that is how people describe kshama. So all that is very, very important. Sahishnutvam essentially. Then hrihi lajja. Even if you give a lot of money, okay, hriya deyam. So lajja, that should be there. Dhritihi, lajja should be there in doing wrong things. Everywhere. Now the shame has been made shameless. The shy people have been turned into shameless fellows. Giving legitimacy to illegal activities. Dhritihi dhairyam. Okay? Courage. Dhairyam. Courage, determination, all of them. Yetani sadhanani. Yetani sadhanani. Dhritihi. See, we have this verse, no? Utseka udadheryadvat. Kushagre naika binduna. Manaso nigrahastadvat. Bhaved aparikhedataha. Aparikheda. That is what is essentially dhriti. Okay. Yes, I will achieve this. Bhaved aparikhedataha. Etani sadhanani santi. So the one who has imbibed all these virtues, for that fellow, saha kshina papaha purushaha. So all the malas are removed from the mind. Okay. So these inculcate some other kind of samskara which makes us receive this knowledge well and appreciate. So saha kshina papaha purushaha vidyam ayate prapnoti. Yastimam vidyam brahmajnanam veda. Veda here means praptavan. Okay. The one who has attained this knowledge. Soyam vidvan, that person, sukhamaye, आनंदरूपे ब्रह्मणि तिष्ठत्येवा सः आनंदरूपे ब्रह्मणि तिष्ठति. So essentially what we need to understand is, so we essentially lack certain maturity to appreciate these values. So once we start valuing these values, so being simple, being charitable, so being generous, being loving, so all these things are listed here. Being absolutely truthful. That's what he is just. Swadhyaya can also be understood as self-introspection, studying where you are. Amanita, being Vinita. So all these things will lead you to a certain state. So in which, so you will never ever say, I'm so depressed. So all these kinds of things will be automatically gone. Okay? So you will always be very, very enthusiastic, and the happiness will start glowing from your face. So that is what is basically required. And for this, the other important thing is Deve Bhaktihi Gurau Bhaktihi. So initially, these are all steps which have been tested over time. Okay? So Deve Bhaktihi Gurau Bhaktihi Amanita Rijuta and Karma. So Vihitam Karma. Adhyayanam is a Vihitam Karma. How many of us do? So these are all Vihitam Karma. So not Avihitam Karma. So that is why he is qualifying that. So once these are there, Kshina Papaha, so it becomes, the slate becomes very clean. Okay. Now something is written, yes, it is understood. So that is what the Upanishad finally says. Sukhamaye Brahmani Tishtati. So with this, Kathopanishad will be commenced. So this Kenopanishad is over. So from the next class, we can start Kathopanishad. That is a far more interesting Upanishad. So it is much more elaborate than Ishavasya and Kena. So builds through various stories, various Upamana and so on. Okay. So we will close the class here. Om Apyayantu Mangani Vak Pranaschakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Aham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam Me Astu Adatmani Nirade Upanishadsu Dharmas Te Mei Santu Om Shanti 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 Sarve Pasikhinas Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet.